So we often distinguish between a scale and a response scale. So here's an example of a 5-point response scale. It ranges from strongly agree to strongly disagree. If a person strongly agrees with a particular statement, he's going to say 1. If he strongly disagrees, he's going to say 5. And here's the scale that that individual is using. So here's a scale with 6 items, and she or he is going to respond to each of these items and indicate the level of agreement using the 1 to 5 response scale. So now you see the items, which together make up the scale, 6-item scale, and on the right side you see each item is scored using a 1 to 5 response scale. So what's a scale? A scale results from a process. This process is called scaling, and in the next couple of lectures we're going to talk about different types of scaling methodologies, which involve a pretty elaborate process of scale construction. Response scales, on the other hand, are used primarily to collect the responses for individual items from a scale. Each item on the scale has a scale value. So the scale value is what the individual provides as using the response scale, right? The items in the response scale are not associated with the scale value. So the items by themselves don't mean anything. They mean something because they're assigning each item to a particular, or rather each response to a particular item on the scale, giving the scale a scale value. So generally when we talk about scales, we're referring to a set of items. So it could be, in this example that we used, a 6-item scale, whereas a response scale is almost always used for a single item. Now, in the next lecture, we're going to talk about different types of scaling methodologies and the process that we use in order to come up with multi-item scale.